All right, welcome back to another episode. I'm Brandon,
I'm Mitch.
and today we got my good buddy and fan favorite, according to the statistics, Travis Nemeth. How you doing,
Oh,
buddy?
I'm good. Thanks for having me back again.
Yeah, man.
It's interesting to have a fan favorite. That's awesome, I guess.
Well, the stats don't lie, and your episode is the one that bumped the most. So,
I don't know, maybe that was my kids.
maybe spamming listens, just pumping dad's tires up.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I mean, could say, hey man, what's new? It's been a while, but I don't know, anything like kind of new worth sharing on your end in your world since the last time we were chatting.
Yeah, I mean, there's been lots going on, and I mean, changes happening with the draws and everything. And there's just been a whole lot happening in our world, so it's been lots to discuss, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was cool. Man, I don't know, the regulations. There was a lot of hype, a lot of anger, a lot of everything. Facebook blew up over it. The mule deer changes. The elk was a big one. The mule deer seemed to kind of get left out from what I noticed, but you and I talked about it, texting and stuff. Generally, being from there, not living there anymore, obviously, but being from there, I've seen the highs and lows of the mule deer. You have those incredible years back in our 20s, early 20s, where it was the mecca. It was the place to be, and then it really went down, and it kind of started coming back up, and then it started going back down. And I don't know, would you say it's fair to say that we're kind of in the downward swing of it? Like it's not on a high, right? And we're talking like that trophy kind of class hunt. Like, I don't think it's there, is it?
No, and I wouldn't even say we're downward. Like at this point, I hope we're at the very bottom of the cycle. Like the populations are so low in the southeast corner of the province. The quality of deer that are left are, maybe 2-3 year olds. They're deer that need time to grow. The ones that did make it through, whether it was from predation, CWD, I don't know what to say about why our numbers are so low. There's so many factors that could feed in, but I have never seen so few deer in my life as this past year.
Well, let's entertain that. We like rabbit holes. What do you think? Like, honestly, it's your opinion. Obviously, we're not professional. We're not biologists and all these things, but what do you see? Like, do you think it's like too many tags? Do you think it's like the winters have been hard? Like, what do you think?
Well, the winters haven't been hard. Like our winters have actually been fairly easy, and the antelope herds are showing that the winters have been easy because the antelope numbers are thriving. So I would say between CWD and predation is the key thing on the deer. The coyote numbers are insane. Hence the bounties in the counties down here. But you can go, if you go out looking for deer, you will see on average 20 to 40 coyotes a day.
Holy.
Yeah.
Why aren't they talking about that?
It's because they're not, because they're blaming CWD. But literally the coyote numbers are insane. And you can only do so much, and nobody's shooting them because they're not worth anything. Ammunition's too expensive. So literally nobody's doing anything about it.
I was just gonna say, like, I never heard there was a bounty, so like I've never heard anything like that. And then my next question is going to be, are they worth anything? But
so the actual value of the coyotes for guys taking the hides, they're worth less than $10.
what?
But the county is offering a $20 bounty per tail.
Okay.
So
I saw the latest fur auction furs, like the prices, and I think a prime Western pelt was $60, like fully
that's
done.
fully done, exactly. So if you're just shooting them and dropping them off, you're getting less than 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was that many coyotes down there. That's crazy.
No.
Yeah. And our cougar numbers, especially in the areas around the Cypress Hills, are very high.
That's where I was going to go next. I was going to ask about the cougars because that I remember. What would that have been? Maybe 10, 15 years ago. Just Dad talking to landowners and stuff, and one specifically, I'm not going to name names. I know you know who he is too, but he said he come across a dead cow. Somebody probably shot, an extra kind of flock shooting. Yeah. But came across it, and within hours, he put a camera on it. Within hours, there was a female with cubs. Had that thing demolished. And then he started investigating more, found more, got into it with Fish and Wildlife as well, like basically calling them out to do something about it. They refused to believe that there's that many. And that was 15 years ago, so I can't imagine where those numbers got to now.
I mean, and now I know enough landowners around the Cypress Hills. Basically, there's certain families in certain areas that on average harvest between 3 and 5 cougars a winter at their farms.
Wow.
What?
That just get turned into Fish and Wildlife.
What?
Yeah.
Holy.
But the quota for the actual hunt is 1.
Yeah, so could you imagine if you just kept that quota and you didn't have landowners kind of taking things into their own hands? Like,
yeah, because we this is the second year we've had a quota for being able to use dogs in December through March. Other than that, we've only ever been able to hunt September through November without dogs, and there was always the odd one harvested.
Mm-hmm.
But the landowners have always harvested high numbers, and the last 2 years with the quota has been filled the first morning.
Wow.
First year was 2, last year was 1, and within 4 hours it was filled.
Okay, I'm not a cougar hunter, but it seems like they put a lot more effort into it when you pay for a guided hunt than day one couple hours.
Well, and I know the one outfitter that has taken guys out to fill the quota, and they had to reduce. First day they went out, just practice like before, just trying to feel the dogs out and get a feel for things. And they had to go down to 1 dog because there was too many trails and the dogs were crisscrossing and going different directions because there was too many different cats in a quarter section.
What? Well, I think we found the problem. I think we found the problem.
And every drainage that comes off the Cypress Hills has cats in it now. And they come all the way down to the city. And along the river in Medicine Hat, Echodale Park is a prime example, which is west of the city.
Yep.
Every summer has had cougar sightings at Echodale.
I've been seeing and hearing a lot more of that, and that's just an eerie feeling. Like I wonder where their thoughts are, where their mindset is on that one, why they just want to turn a blind eye to it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I would say, my personal opinion, between predation and the high tag numbers, especially on does, that we've just eliminated any
possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, it's been two doe tags, right? Forever.
Yep. And 118 had, I think they had 200 and some licenses, and you got 2 tags each last year.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. I was looking at those numbers. It was in the hundreds for tags for 118. And I remember the last time I was down there, 116, I took a buddy. I just went for a tour because 118 is pretty unique, right? It's just how how the terrain shifts, like from the 116 stuff, and it just the way it shifts and big, massive rolling hills, massive deep coulees and stuff, and showed them. I mean, you should see a mule deer. We never saw a deer. Period. Like there was no signs of life. It just looks barren.
Yeah, exactly.
It was wild.
Like, I mean, I hunt elk in 118 regularly, and the areas I hunt elk in used to be trophy mule deer areas. Just there'd be great deer everywhere, and now you can barely see a deer.
Right.
Travis, did you ever see with these high doe tag numbers that were given out over the last couple of years? Did you see evidence of like people actually filling those tags? Because like, and this is like maybe a bit of a naive perspective on my end because I don't hunt down there, but with like the issue of CWD and potentially like having, you know, whatever your stance is on consuming CWD meat, like would shooting a mule deer doe for the meat, like, is that attractive to a lot of people that people are actually going out and doing that?
Oh, there is absolutely groups that if they've got 2 doe tags, they are going out to fill 2 doe tags.
Okay.
Like there is surprising the amount of doe hunters that you go, well, like, you know, the population's this low. What are you doing? But
Well, that kind of also
they're
leads
filling
to
their
further.
tags.
That kind of leads to further questions like, why are the bios allowing this to happen? Like, I know, is it in the name of CWD and trying to curb something that hasn't been able to be eradicated in deer populations, you know, down in the States? Like, what are we trying to do here? What's the end goal?
From what I understand, that is their goal, is basing it on CWD, trying to eliminate the herd to the lowest number possible to try and wipe it out, which we know that's not going to happen. Once it's in an area, it's in the soil, and it's always going to be there. So you have to manage the herd based on that. You can't go just annihilate the herd and hope that's going to clear out your issue.
Right. So I guess with that, like, and the different the changes in the draw system this year, like, what's your thoughts on that? And then them kind of repealing the archery draw for mule deer.
Well, honestly, I was kind of hoping, personally, that they shut mule deer down in our area completely, rifle and archery. That's
Like,
how little there is. I was hoping it was a complete shutdown of it. When they announced the close of archery and going to draw on certain ones, and then they had left out 2 zones in the center of all of them, that really concerned me because those are 2 zones I like to hunt, and that would force all the pressure into those 2 zones.
right.
So they have to, if they're going to do it, they have to do them all. They can't just leave 2 in the middle, and because basically anybody from Tabor to the Saskatchewan border was going to hunt those 2 zones in archery season. And it's just going to force so much pressure on landowners that they're not going to let anybody in.
Yeah. Well, they already don't. Let's be honest, Trav.
Exactly.
Honestly, like 20-year permission, and they're saying no to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not a new guy. That's just like, sorry, man, I can't do it. If you're seen there, 1 truck is even on the road, I'm gonna have guys going through gates, going through fences, driving it like. So it's all in that aspect. It's already tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Now add 150 more hunters from all these other zones coming to the only 2 that are open. Good grief.
Oh.
And my initial thought on it was, and again, I don't hunt mule deer with my bow down in that area, but I thought it was kind of a what's the word? It seemed a little bit radical to change it to draw. Like, I don't know what the percentage of, like, the harvest percentages are, the success rate percentages are for mule deer down there. It seemed a little bit crazy, like, to have the concept of an archery hunt being on draw for just a mule deer, but you know, hearing that the populations were that low, like, it kind of makes sense where they're coming from, I guess.
Yeah.
In that aspect.
Yeah, and like there's areas that, you know, Brandon and I have hunted for years, since we were kids, that we would go into, and you'd see, you know, 50, 60, 70 mule deer in no time.
Right.
a couple of drainages.
Yeah.
And now, like, you go into
like
those...
you're picking bucks apart. You're not trying to find one. You're literally like, I'll let him go. I know there's better.
and now you go into those drainages, and like I know some of those landowners really well, and I spend a lot of time out there. If you see a handful of deer in a day, you're doing well.
Wow.
So it's scary. That's where we're at. Like my eldest son is now 10. This is his first year of being eligible to hunt, and
which I think is an awesome change, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But honestly, for us, we're going to have to drive to my dad's at Lac La Biche to get him to his first year.
Yeah,
it's not. That's where we're at for basically making it something easy for him to hunt for his first.
Right.
Yeah, to give him a true opportunity, right?
Exactly, right?
So that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's where we're at in the population of deer in our part of the province.
Yeah, that's tough.
So do you think if they changed everything to draw, kind of like how the antelope are being handled down south, do you think the mule deer have a reasonable chance at flourishing again?
I think that even if they took the tags down to where they had the tags in the mid 2000s, when we had the really hard winters and we had really bad winter kill, if they took them down, like at that point we had, I think it was 20 doe tags and like 10 buck tags in 116. If they went down to those numbers for like 3 or 4 years, there's a chance that they could do that again.
Yeah.
Right.
But we have to do something. In my opinion, there has to be something done about predation as well.
Yeah, those numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the big. I think that's like even if they screw up on tag numbers, they got to deal with that one.
Because if we're not having any fawns make it because the coyotes are getting them all, it doesn't matter what we do.
That's true. That's very true. It's tough though too, right? Like in today's today's economy is a real thing, and like Brandon alluded to, like ammo prices are high, gas prices are high, like coyote prices are low. Like there's no incentive to like even at $20 a dog is like in today's economy. I don't even know. That's not even breaking even some days.
Yeah, if you only get one a day, you're not doing so well. You're not covering costs, right?
Right. Yeah, you got to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's 20 to 40, if you're a half decent caller, you should be able to do okay, I would think. But I guess from an access point for predator hunting, are ranchers okay with you going on for those reasons, or is it still pretty hard to get on?
It's the same old scenario. Some are and some aren't, right?
Yeah.
Some like it because if they have a dead carcass, then it's cleaned up overnight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, if there's a dead cow out there that broke its leg and they put it down, by morning it's down to just bones.
Right.
So it's the same old scenario. Depends on who you're dealing with.
Fair enough.
But
actually, I wanted to ask you too, predation wise. I didn't get to witness it, but Dad and Ty, and that would probably I'm just throwing a number out there, 15-ish years ago. They actually, and I get your thoughts on it too, but they were seeing wolves too.
Yep. We've seen wolves, actually chasing the herds of elk around at the Cypress Hills, and there's the odd wolf spotted. Every 6-7 months, there's a wolf around the park somewhere.
Right.
So they're around. The numbers don't seem to ever change. It's only ever you hear of one or two.
Yeah.
So, which is good.
It's not a number that you would say, okay, we got to start shooting wolves. It's
like they show up, they move through, and away they go. Right.
Yeah.
Or they don't make it.
Or they just don't survive. Right.
Yeah. Somebody takes them out. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, wolf's a little easier to see than a cougar, right? Cougar are
Yeah.
they're very stealthy in everything what they do. So
Well, and you know what? The ones around the Cypress Hills aren't as stealthy anymore because they don't need to be. They're actually pretty brave.
Lost their fear.
Absolutely.
Lost their
And being in the forestry industry, I deal with lots of foresters throughout different parts of the province, and they're like, "Oh, I've seen one cougar in my life in the bush." I see at least one a week while I'm bow hunting.
Right.
Like,
That's
this is
great.
nothing new. So it's the numbers and just how they are. They don't have fear of humans at Cypress Hills.
Just like the grizzly bears in the foothills.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Foothills going all the way up northwest now. Like, I can't wrap my head around why they just don't want to acknowledge it. Or maybe they do acknowledge it, but maybe I don't know, maybe there's not enough people
I think it's
bugging them.
well, at the grizzly bears, this is kind of a rabbit hole, but I think that's a political thing. Like,
Absolutely. That is
there's
The
definitely
Bears
political.
is definitely political.
100%.
I'm not sure about the cougars if they're in the same boat, but definitely the grizzly bears are.
Yeah, like the Cougars, I'm not sure why they don't have a bigger push for the Cypress Hills group to have a higher number to try and reduce the population.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. Like, I've gone on cougar hunts in the foothills, and the amount of cougar sign that we had to drive around to try and find is very thin in density compared to the Cypress Hills. Like, we hunted for a week. We cut, I think, 4 fresh tracks, and we shot 2 cats. But I could see more tracks literally in a morning of fresh snow than I saw in a whole week.
Right. That's eerie. That's kind of eerie too, honestly.
That's alarming. Is what that is.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Crazy.
Well, maybe in contrary, everybody thought they got their way by getting them to retract the whole draw situation, but maybe that actually shows a little encouragement as hunters, as a community, that our voices can actually be heard if you make a big deal about it. Maybe we're just too quiet.
Yep, exactly. Maybe we need to make a louder voice about other aspects.
Mm-hmm.
What about the elk hunting? Do you think some of that southern zone I think it went to draw? Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really followed up on that. But do you think that's going to push a lot of maybe general tag elk hunting up north or in other parts of the province?
And because they pulled that back this year, I don't know what they're going to end up doing long term with that after all the pushback they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to find a different solution there. But I don't see it. There's so many local guys. It's too easy to hunt that close to home, like especially the Lethbridge guys, right?
Yeah.
And they would have been the ones putting the biggest push, right? Because it's right there. It's a half hour, 40 minutes from home. They're in the prime elk country, and it's just too far to go further north, right? It's not convenient. You got to make a week of it or something, right?
Yeah.
These guys, take an hour off work and away they go, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I've heard some chatter about people concerned about the north getting more full than it already is because of this, but yeah, kind of to your point, like it's from Edmonton to go north, it's 5 to 7 hours. Now add another 5 hours to that. Like I just don't think it's realistic for a lot of guys.
Yeah, exactly right. Like there's not a huge amount of guys that are going to go, hey, I want to drive 10 hours or 11 hours to go to Spirit River.
Yeah.
Spend a week, right? It's just, it's not there. I mean, there's a lot of other areas you can go hunt general that are way closer to home that have good elk numbers.
For sure.
Right.
So, a lot of the parkland stuff, that central kind of red deer to the east towards Saskatchewan border. There's a lot of good elk numbers in those areas now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could go hunt general there. You're not going to drive all the way to the North Country from Lethbridge to Medicine Hat.
No, it's true. Elk, like our elk have really diversified themselves. Honestly, there's so many different WMUs that you can go into now and find them. Like it's definitely changed in that respect. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know, like myself, me and Slager were going to come down and try to go hunt mule deer, and then I actually appreciated your take on it because, I'm an ethical hunter. I like just because you can do it doesn't mean I'm going to. You still have your own morals and standards, and it really just when you told me that, it just started picking at me. I'm like, man, okay, maybe I could find a good deer, sure, but should I? Knowing, like, am I, you know what I mean? Now I'm kind of like being a bad guy just because I can, like. I don't know. So I think I'm going to pull out of that.
I've held off my mule deer draw for 3 seasons now. Just off that principle alone, like hearing, what you've heard, Brandon, and relaying that to me, I'm like, there's no point in me even pulling my draw. Like,
no.
So it's probably going to be on hold for another 2 or 3 years for sure.
Yeah, and like I've got a 3 priority, and I'm just like, you know what? I could put in and do a partner tag with my son, but there's really no sense. Yeah. So we just put in our draws together, and maybe by the time he's got enough priority, there might be something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think 3 years ago, you would have stood a decent chance still, Angle, I think. Because I think it was 3 years ago when the last time I was down there, like me and Brian, we did see some really good deer. The numbers weren't there, but in 3 years, a lot more can happen too.
Yeah, last time you were down, the numbers were low.
Yeah,
and I knew you were going to find some deer, but this time, you might see a pocket of deer here, but there's nothing you're going to go after.
Yeah.
Well, even Dad last year, he said he saw good deer, like good bucks. I think he saw 3 just out in his like whitetail ventures. I think my uncle had a tag and stuff, but said he saw some good ones, but like 0 numbers, no does. He was looking for a doe, and he's like, I couldn't find one. And when I did, they were 1.5 miles away. Like, I'm not working that hard for a doe.
Yeah.
He's like, it's very different. The Cypress Hills, even just to drive it, because I used to love just driving through the park and through that corner because it's just beautiful. Like, it'll take your breath away. See all the critters, and those days are gone.
Yeah, like you drive through, through Elkhart, you go up past the ski hill, and you'd head over towards like Reeser or Spruce. You'd see deer along the road or down along the lakes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that anymore.
No. That's too bad. Well, knowing what I know and you sharing what you share, and anybody listening, like, you might be a nobody to them, but like, I'll vouch for you. You're very dedicated. You're very committed. You've been, you've never left home, quote unquote. You're always out there. People. I would trust what you have to say over a Facebook post or something, right? If people are listening and thinking about it, like, I'd take quite a bit more credibility hearing it from you than people typing on a Facebook page.
I never try to steer anybody wrong when it comes to hunting. Like, if somebody's going to ask me a question, I'm going to be open about it. So. Mm-hmm. And I'm just putting it out there, like, right now, it is not good.
Just, probably a good time to hold off.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we need to let things rebound.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and then, we'll see what happens, for next year, too, right? We got a long time to see how they decide to rectify this or see what direction they go. So,
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much input they actually take from each, Fish and Game Association or MAPOS, see what they actually take in for suggestions and work with. So,
yeah, I think just more transparency too would be good. Like, I think we should all, even if you're not a part of a club, you should get that opportunity to share your thoughts.
Nope, absolutely.
Well, that's good. That was I think that wraps up that whole topic. I think honestly, that was really good. Um, Transition to maybe a little bit more exciting stuff. Uh, I got to give a little backstory because I texted you to say, man, we should get another pod going. And you're like, yeah, especially since I'm going, whatever, however you said it, I'm going on a trip. I'm like, where are you going? Da, 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 da. Guys going to Africa. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
Jump in the
you
pond.
wanted to do it kind of a little later in the summer, and I'm like, I'm not going to be here.
yeah, it's like, well, leading up into elk, it's like, no, I'm going to Africa. It's like, okay, let's talk Africa. I know nothing about Africa, so.
Well, I'm not going to lie, I really don't either. A friend of mine has gone multiple times, and there was a group of them going, and he phoned and said, hey, do you want to join us? So my girlfriend and I are going to go with, and there's going to be 11 of us going.
Sweet.
Okay.
So we basically rented the lodge.
Took the whole shindig.
Pretty much. And we're going to be gone for 2 weeks to the Bushveld in the Limpopo province of South Africa with African barefoot safaris, which is, they're really known for their archery hunts. But being my first time, even though I'm an avid archer, I am going rifle hunting.
Bringing the boomstick.
Just to make sure I'm bringing home kind of my list of things I would like to hunt.
Yeah.
So what is on the menu?
Yeah.
Well, Cape Buffalo
is... let's go.
Black Death is one of the first things I want to try and get.
Nice.
Kudu, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gemsbuck, Impala, Waterbuck. I find the Waterbuck, something about them with their cape and the rings of their horns. They're one of my favorites, so I'd like to bring Waterbuck home. My kids are not happy about it, but I want to shoot a warthog. It's kind of standard. But they're like, don't shoot Comba, right?
Right. Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. Exactly. So
that warthog would be pretty cool.
I'm going over there with a pretty open mentality of let's see what there is, see the quality, and we'll kind of go from there. But like a sable is one of those ones that is just iconic as well. So I'd like to come home with a sable.
Sable would be awesome. That's like one of my. Honestly, I'm super jealous, Travis. Africa is like one of my dream hunts. I want to do it so bad.
Really?
I just think it's an unbelievable place to go. I have had a couple extended family members that have gone a couple times, and obviously follow some people in the hunting community that have done it. And yeah, it just looks incredible. There's just so much opportunity out there.
Well, you know what? For the cost of the hunt, it
you get
is
bang
more
for your
feasible.
buck.
Well, it is more feasible to go there and shoot a wide list of items.
Yep.
Lots of different game, as opposed to going on a Yukon moose hunt, or it's definitely way cheaper than going on any sheep hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you could come home with almost everything from Africa for a sheep hunt.
Right.
So it's, you know what, for what you get to do, getting to see the culture, I think is going to be huge.
Yes,
like we booked 1 day for elephant tours, like riding elephants and stuff, and then village tours.
Yeah,
but just trying to take in as much as we can in that 2 week stretch, right? If we're not hunting every day, so be it. But we're going to try and take in a bunch of other things.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like the guys we're going with, some of them have been there 3 times. And they said the service, the food, everything about it, how you sit around the fire, you get back from hunting, you're around the fire pit till dinner, you sit around the fire pit a bit more, you go to bed, you get up, there isn't a piece of ash left in that fire pit in the morning. Like everything is so pristine and clean. They said it's unbelievable the service you get.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And like part of the package, it shows, and they sent the info over. It said only pack clothes for a couple days. We're doing your laundry every day.
What?
Yeah,
Wow. Gonna get full on pampered.
absolutely.
Get some massages too, and
It's all listed on things you can do, right?
yeah.
Friends of mine, actually, their son plays lacrosse with mine. They're from South Africa initially,
Oh,
and they just went home at Christmas. And the father, he looked at me. He's like, "Well, make sure you get in really good shape before you go." I'm like, "For the hunt?" He's like, "No, because you're going to eat so much, you're going to have to be in shape before you go."
that's funny.
So, do you guys
So,
fly into
and that's
Johannesburg then?
yeah. So
Or
we fly from Calgary to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to Johannesburg.
yeah, and then how far of a drive
So
is it from Johannesburg to the lodge?
about 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So it nice thing is we're flying at night each time.
Oh,
So
perfect.
fly all night, get to Frankfurt in the morning, and everybody said check your carry-ons at the airport, go into Frankfurt for the day because you get a
Yep.
12-hour layover, and then get back on a plane at 8 o'clock at night, fly all night, then we're in Johannesburg at 8 in the morning.
That's pretty ideal.
So hopefully
That's pretty
travels
ideal.
goes fairly smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Traveling with a firearm is always interesting. So
speaking of firearm? Yeah, that's
Yeah, I was
true.
gonna
It's
ask
always
about
interesting.
that. I wanted to ask about that. What's the
Roast.
protocol there?
Air Canada is actually pretty straightforward. Just looking into it, I have to check the firearm in 24 hours before the flight, and I have to show up an hour earlier than you normally would for an international flight, just to make sure everything's done and logged in.
Mm-hmm.
But on the South Africa side, there is a few sheets of paperwork to fill out. Worst is having to get a few of them notarized to send, but still not a big deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, the import fees when you get there are a couple $100 US. So.
Right on. So
Well,
what firearm? What's your firearm of choice for this adventure?
Well, I'm gonna rent for the Cape Buffalo. I'm gonna rent firearm from them
Yeah.
because I'm just gonna actually take my 7mm for the antelope species.
Nice. Nice.
I was gonna take a 300 PRC, but the guy I'm going with, I've hunted with quite a bit, and he's like, just bring your 7, just bring the right bullets, you'll be fine. We're taking 7. I'm like, all right, because he knows it's my favorite gun to shoot. So he's like,
Right.
bring it, it's your favorite.
yeah, shoot
Awesome.
the one you love, right?
Yeah, and it literally, I shoot everything with it. So he's like, just bring it.
Perfect.
And that's what I shot when I went to BC last year. So he's like, just bring it again.
Right.
Do you know what the
So
lodge will supply you with for the Cape Buffalo?
you're kind of breaking up there.
Yeah, you broke up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious if you knew what the lodge was going to supply you with for a rifle on the Cape Buffalo hunt.
So the Cape, it's got to be 375 H&H is the smallest for the Cape Buffalo.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I can shoot one big gun while I'm there.
Right on.
So we'll see. It should be a very eye-opening trip. Very interesting. Can't wait to do it. Nervous to do it, but can't wait to do it.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a big deal. Myself, I haven't been that. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, call me crazy, but like Africa hasn't like intrigued me that much. I think it'd be cool. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure once I did it, if I ever did it, it would be pretty remarkable. But it's just like not one of my bucket list things. It's weird.
And you know what? It's one of those ones that I've always said, well, I'll do that someday. I'll do that someday.
Mm-hmm.
And this came up, and the outfitter's doing a really good rate because the other guys are all returning, and he cut me in on the same deal because we're all going together and doing it at the same time. So it was one of those ones where I couldn't pass it up either.
Just couldn't say no.
No, it was just too sweet of a deal to say no to.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was kind of like, all right, we have to go.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that's cool. Are you gonna try to do like some videography, like try to film it, or are you just gonna just soak it in and come home kind of a thing?
I'm sure we will probably try and film a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to get some of it on film, because I'm pretty sure if I didn't and I got home without anything, my two sons would not be too happy without being able to watch at least something die.
Yeah. Just give me something.
Yeah. Here's Dad shooting this. That would just make him, over the moon, right?
Yeah, of course. I remember being a kid. Like, of course, there's no, you're not going to video stuff, but even just seeing a deer hanging in the garage when you came home from school, you're just like, oh, my dad's the greatest man alive. Right? You're just like, you just love it. Yeah, it feeds the kids. Pumps them up.
Exactly. So. You get home, you're like, oh, I shot this. It's like, well, I'm coming with. Well, you probably should go to bed, but okay, come on.
Yeah, all right. You should be sleeping. You should be doing many other things, but all right, let's go.
We'll let you get by for the night, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they get to enjoy it more and get involved in it.
Well, absolutely. And that's just a great side point in general. Like, man, we talked about it a little bit too, like last year or whatever. We did that one last year. Just having the youth, the young, just trying to get them in it, right? Like, they don't have to be even diehards and just fully committed, but just to give them that experience, that plant those seeds and just see what happens, because we're all going to get old one day, and we don't want to lose it,
Nope, exactly. So, somebody's got to take us when we get to that point.
Yep. Yeah. We need somebody to drag us somewhere to wheel us into a blind or something. And
yep, exactly. So
yeah, that's cool, man. So we'll have to. I think we can just all agree that we'll definitely hit up a returning podcast and and really hear all the stories of Africa. It's hard to. I'm sure. I mean, it's hard to hype it up because you don't have a clue what to even expect, right? So
no, and it's just we're going into it just so almost naive about it. It's like, yeah, we've looked into it, we've looked at the lodge, and everything looks beautiful, but until you're there, it's just sure, it's just going to take your breath away, right?
You gotta feel it.
So
we'll have to block out 4 hours of time to go through all the stories.
Do a two-part. If you got some video, maybe we can get some clips and stuff and hype it up a little bit and stuff. But
I'm sure it'll be just an amazing experience.
Oh yeah,
and already I'm like, all right, if it goes really well, when would I go back?
You're already thinking about how can I convince myself? How can I convince myself to go back?
Yeah, exactly, right.
That's cool. Let's transition into probably, I don't know. For me, this would be a bucket list thing for me. It would take precedent probably over Africa, just at this stage of my life, anyways. But you went on an adventure north.
I did do one of those bucket list items for me last year.
Yeah.
And so I did a 2-week horseback moose hunt in northern BC against the Alaska border. And it was a combo hunt for moose, caribou, and mountain goat. And things went a bit awry while we were there, but I did manage to come home with a very nice bull moose.
Mm-hmm.
weather was not cooperating, of course, being northern BC, in late September, early October.
Mm-hmm.
But the experience, I have not done a lot of horseback in my life. A little bit here and there, but not like I'm going to go sit on a horse for the day type mentality.
Right.
And I signed up to go on this hunt with one of the guys I'm going to Africa with, because he phoned me. It was a cancellation hunt with an outfitter he had been with before. And it was end of August. I was standing in his shop, and the outfitter phoned him. And had asked him, hey, like, we got 4 hunts that got canceled. 2 this week, 2 another week. You want to come? He turns to me and goes, you want to go north and hunt moose? I was like, how much?
Yeah. It's not a yes or no. How much?
How much is this going to hurt my wallet? And because the Americans that had booked had lost their deposit, we got a very generous discount in this matching amount in Canadian.
Right.
That it was a no-brainer.
That's cool.
So
off the cuff, on a whim, jumping on a horse, riding through the mountains.
Literally, it was, I want to say it was 3.5 weeks, and we were getting in the truck to leave.
Oh, man.
So it was like, oh, I should probably shoot my rifle, or I should probably, And the worst part was, I had literally been fighting sciatic pain in my back and my legs. So I hadn't even, I wasn't hunting elk at this point in the year, and I was spent all my days going to physiotherapy, trying to get it so I could get on a horse to make this trip work.
Wow.
And even then, we drove, so we drove 24 hours to get to where we flew out on the float plane. We got to the town where we're supposed to fly out of, one hotel. We had room booked. We're flying out the next morning. Okay, we stayed in a room, checked out, sat at the airport for the float plane. Due to weather, it got canceled. We got the last room again in the hotel, luckily. There was people sleeping in their trucks that were waiting to fly out as well, but they couldn't get a room. So we ended up being delayed a day to get into camp. Got into camp, and a group that had flown from Whitehorse the day before was heading out in horseback to an area we wanted to go. But because we weren't there, they were leaving and heading there because we had caribou tags and mountain goat tags. And there was one area they could cover all 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were hoping to be at that camp, but they went there first because they were the first ones out of camp. So
they got there, yeah. They beat you.
Yeah. So we ended up going to a different area that was strictly moose. And the wind howled 60 and 70K for 3 days.
Oh.
We couldn't call a moose or do anything. You'd get on a knoll and you just tried to tuck underneath whatever you could because it was just miserable. So first 3 days were brutal. They took us back to the main camp because we were in Spike Camp. We took us back to the main camp, to the lodge.
Yeah.
And we got there and we figured, okay, the next day we'll go look for a mountain goat. So spent time looking for a goat one day. Nice thing about the area we were, the mountain goat hunting is nice because you can literally ride the horse to the top of the mountain on one side and look down on them.
Nice.
Okay.
So it wasn't like the disastrous, you got to hike up this giant mountain type goat hunt.
Right.
Which was great for me because my leg and back were still kind of sore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. You're all banged up and you've just been sitting on a horse for forever.
The horse actually helped, believe it or not. The flexing your legs and standing up in the stirrups and actually worked it out of me in about 3 or 4 days. I was good.
Interesting.
But the first 2 days were hell.
It's funny you say that, Travis. My mom had sciatic problems, and we have 3 horses, and her riding her horse, same thing. Within a week, she was feeling like 200% better than she was the previous
Oh,
week.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, it worked it right out of me.
Yeah, it's crazy. Who needs physio? Just go hop on a
Yeah.
horse if you got sciatic pain. Pro tip.
Yeah, right?
Your little side hustle.
Yeah.
So
Couple horses, sciatic pain. Come hop on a horse.
Yeah. So went after goats for a day, and it was a 5-hour ride to where we were hunting goats. Found a group of billies, and we found like an 11-inch billy, just this monstrous goat, laying 200 yards away from us.
What?
No way to recover him if I shot him.
Really?
It was 600 feet straight drop below him and a 300-foot cliff above him. And just, they're like, well, you could shoot him, but we have to get a helicopter, and he ain't going to look too good when we get him. No, I'm not going to
Wow.
right? Like, it's not
Yeah,
gonna,
I'm
not going to shoot him just to shoot him and then
do nothing about it.
Yeah. So it was one of those moments. It's like, man, this is gut wrenching, right? Like,
Yeah.
And I could have shot it was probably like an 8.5-inch billy. But you look at the one, you look at the other one, like, I'm not going to shoot that one when he's going to look like that one in a few years, right? Like, it's not not going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's that moral code, right? Like,
yeah.
I hate to say it, not a lot of guys have that. They would just pump it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to just up it. So we rode back to camp. As we got back to camp, we could hear bells on horses. So we're like, all right, the other guys are back from the other camp. Great, we can go up there, go after caribou and so on. Their horses from the other group from the U.S. that went to the other camp, their horses got away during the night in their hobbles.
Oh. They found their way back to the main camp.
They found their way back. Without hobbles, it is a 6.5-hour ride.
Holy.
I can't imagine how many hours it took those horses with their hobbles on to get all the way back to the main camp.
Wow.
But the problem is now those guys were stranded on the mountain.
Now they're stuck there.
Their horses needed medical attention because some of them were rubbed so raw from their hobbles. We ended up spending our two guides were dealing with their horses and then had to get their horses back out to them. So we lost 3 days of hunting.
Oh man.
Just so we kind of putzed around camp, and we took the boat out on the lake in front of the thing, but you take a gun with you, but you're not really getting the hunt like you should, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, we had lost the 3 days. My guide got an emergency call from his regular job at the mine. He had to go because somebody got injured on shift. He had to go replace him. They said if not, he was going to lose his job. So he flew out. So now our one-on-one guided hunt is now a 2-on-1, and we've lost 3 days.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
So we're kind of like, all right, this is getting to that point. So first day of a 2-on-1 hunt, we went to an area we had seen some 60-inch bulls during the windy first few days.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way there, I was the third one on the string on the horses. And the guide's horse, we're coming up this ridge. It's kind of going up the mountain. You hit a bit of a shelf, which had one lake, which would go around the base of the higher point of the mountain to get to the peak. So we're coming up to that lake, and his horse just blew right away as we're coming up just to the crest by that lake. And he bails off instantly.
What?
And I'm further back, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So he bails off, ties his horse up, peeks over, bull standing there 300 yards away. His horse smelt him right away.
No way.
So they're like, no, big bull, get down. So get off my horse, tie it up. And it was one of those things, like I get my gun out of the sheath, put my bipod on, and I peek over the edge, and my buddy that I was with, he's like, it's a good one. Get off. You can shoot it. It's a good one. You shoot first. Because the deal was, because he had been there before, and he has a just under 60-inch bull, I was going to shoot first. So he's like, no, you shoot first. Okay. Sat down, put the scope on him, loaded one right away. There was no hesitation. And pumped one in him. He turned, and I pumped another one in him, dumped him in the opening, right where he was. And yeah, just a 53.5-inch bull. So
nice.
That's pretty sweet.
And then we rode the horses down and rode right to him.
Well, see, at least you had a turning point, right?
Yeah. But
wow.
I tell you what, they say they're a Canada moose in that area just because it's below the border for Alaska.
Yeah.
They are not.
No.
That body size on those moose in comparison to anything we're used to is insane. Like everything I could do, it took two of us to get the head up so we could get the pictures of me holding the horns, and I was like, take the picture, I'm letting go because I can't do this.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And the legs were the legs on it were, I don't even know how to describe them because they were so big and solid. It was unbelievable. Like, I shot a moose in northern Alberta last year, and I would say it was half the size.
Wow.
I was going to say, yeah, they're probably half size in Alberta for the most part.
This bull that I shot in BC, they figured, on the hoof was 1,400 pounds. Like,
what a specimen.
It's just, yeah.
That makes sense. The bull I shot here in the bow zone was like, I think he was 405 on the rail. So,
yeah.
All the hide and the head and the organs back
700
in
some pounds, right?
750 somewhere in there. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just no comparison.
Crazy. So how long did it take you to like break that bull down and get him packed up?
I shot him at like 2:30 in the afternoon. We got him caped and gutted that day. The next day was when we broke him down, and that was all day event. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
So
there's perspective.
The next day we got him skinned down, quartered up into pieces, into the pack boxes on the horses, and it was probably 7 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was
three guys?
That was 3 guys. And it was a 3.5 hour ride from camp.
Wow.
So.
You're manly.
But you know what? The ride, I thought, riding a horse in the dark in the middle of nowhere was going to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you can't see much. Like, you're kind of looking for the sparks on the horse in front of you off the rocks with the shoes, which was interesting at certain points. Crossing the river was fun. I'm not going to lie.
That'd be eerie, man.
But just sitting there and then looking up in the stars, just nothing around you for 100 miles.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments like, this is where I should be. Like, this is
I want to be here. I want to be here all the time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, this is something that I'll never forget, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting you say that, because, like, I remember way back when me and my buddy went into the Wilmore, and I was naive, young, and dumb. Like, back then, you could have asked me to go anywhere, and I would have just went with you without even thinking about it. Just had no fear, but man, you have those moments of fear, but then when you just stop and you just look around, and like, we were far back, like we walked on foot, like 50K was the furthest point. I think it was stupid. But when you get back in areas probably very similar, I mean, up there is probably way different, but in ways comparable. When you just stop and look around and just take it in, man, there's nothing better.
Yeah.
Like, there's not even, you can't even explain it with words. It's just so.
The easiest way I could explain it was like I had gone back in time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't any technology, there was nothing around, you, the horse, the guys in front of you, and you just dude stringing it through the outdoors. Like, it was just, and we were with an indigenous group. There was no GPSs. I'm like, where are we going? That way, below that mountain, follow that trail. See that line over there? We're going to go below that. And
Yeah.
so what are you doing in the dark? We follow the stars. Okay.
Wow. We just follow the stars.
No GPS, no walkie-talkies. Like, all right then. I've got my inReach on me, and I'm like, it felt like I was cheating.
Right. Right.
Like sending a message from my phone, I'm still alive.
Right. That's a cool thing. That's, the guides relying on the horse is relying on the guides, you're relying on the guides and the horse. Like, everybody, like, you're all just working together, and that's your problems, is just being a team.
Well, and like you said, relying on the horse. Those horses know their way home, even in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, they just came home. They just went 6 hours plus on their own.
They'll walk that trail back. You point them in the right way, they're going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's a unique experience for sure. For sure. Would you do that one again?
I am going next September. I booked yesterday.
There you go.
So what happened is, because we had such a disaster, and we lost so many days of hunting, and like with my guide having to leave and I was done moose hunting, my buddy was still hunting moose, so him and the guide went out, and I actually just spent the last one of the last days just deboning mine and packaging it instead of going after a caribou or a mountain goat. Mm-hmm. And my buddy never harvested anything. And they said, well, with everything that took place, we're going to make it right. You get to come back, and I myself get a caribou and mountain goat tag, and my buddy gets all three again.
Okay.
So we couldn't go this year because their caribou quota was filled already with previous commitments. Mm-hmm. So we signed contracts yesterday for next year at the same time, end of September.
That's cool.
October. And they're making it right, so we just have to pay for our licenses.
That's so cool. Wow.
That's a pretty stand-up operation, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, not too many do that, right? So
No. That's we'll get the details of them. We'll show demo for sure. Like, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like a dumb question. Are they I'm not a caribou guy either. Are they mountain caribou, obviously?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're majestic. Man.
Last year they had harvested some beautiful ones with archery equipment before we got there.
Oh.
Yeah. And apparently the herds are their numbers are so nice, and they said that where they're at, and like I flew over it where the caribou are, it's a lot like the sand hills along the Saskatchewan border. Really kind of rolly pockets of brush, sandy, and wide open terrain, but lots of contours in it, right?
Yeah.
Good bow hunting.
And that's why the guys can harvest them with their bows. Like the two guys that were there the week before us harvested beautiful ones with their bows, and actually the Americans that were there that got stranded up there, the one guy harvested a nice one with his bow as well. So
that's cool.
It's kind of like, do I take a bow?
Yeah, you got some time to think about it now.
Exactly, right? So
yeah. Imagine shooting a big goat with your bow too. That would be that would be an accomplishment.
And you know what? The area we were in was very possible. Mm-hmm. The one area where I had the goat at 200, literally, they had said they were on that exact trail the week before. What it is, because the mountain comes up. The side we ride on from the lake is an angled plateau to the top of the mountain that drops down over the river. So the goats lay on that riverbank bluff, but they come up on top and graze. So they tie the horses up further back and they walk up to that edge. He said sometimes we get up here and the goats are walking around us.
Huh.
They've said they've shot lots of goats, 30 and 50 yards just with a rifle because they're right there.
Interesting.
It's a pretty ideal spot, sounds like.
Oh, for archery goat hunting, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I think you would have to camp right there, so every morning or every late evening, you were right there when they were coming to feed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a constant
they're not up there all midday, right?
Like you're not just glassing them up and making your approach. You got to be
they got to come off those breaks and come up to the top to feed.
It's like farmland whitetails just wait at the food source.
Yep. And that's, we do the same thing with elk down here. It's the same thing. You go to the food source, cut them off part way, you get an opportunity.
Right.
And yeah, that's cool. They said they will hunt those goats the same way.
That's cool.
So with your moose, Travis, did you do anything cool with it? Like, did you Euro it, shoulder mount?
It is getting a shoulder mount.
Nice. Did you find a nice spot in your house for it, or are you still trying to figure that out?
I'm trying to figure out a house situation for it.
So you're gonna build a house for your moose? Okay.
Well, I'm looking at building a house anyway, so I'm actually looking at a barn dominium that would have a giant 20-foot wall that I could put everything on. Is kind of my plan. So
nice. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what a story, hey? Like just everything going wrong and then just boom comes together and then just a stand-up outfit to bring you guys back.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was one of those things that I was like, man, I hope we get something out of this. Like, I kind of feel like we can. And then, before we got on the plane to fly out, they said, no, this is what we're going to do. And it was kind of like, oh, didn't expect that, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
because like with outfitters, most outfits, like there's no guarantee, but they'll kind of like quote unquote guarantee an opportunity, right? So so they don't have to offer you anything outside of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So those really big bulls, like, was it just because of the wind and the weather? You guys just couldn't make it happen?
Because we couldn't call, right? They couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
You you get down from where you'd spot them from, like the one spot we spotted the 160-inch bull from. It took an hour to get down towards where he was.
Right.
Like they're so far gone at that point, and with the wind just blowing, they couldn't hear you. Like it just didn't work out.
Just everything against you, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because that's like September, you said, right?
Yeah, we went the last week of September into the first part of October.
Okay. What was the route like then with like the timing of it, right? Like in Alberta.
It was perfect. Like the timing was perfect. We literally, if you got off like on the calm days, like the day I shot mine, I shot mine. Like he was just talking. Like we're talking. I shot mine. He went down. And then all of a sudden we hear, whoa.
Really?
From further up the lake. So we called, and a bull walked over and sniffed mine. Well, he was laying there.
Wow.
But he was like a 45-inch.
Yeah.
And he's standing over, and I looked at my buddy. I'm like, it's tempting to stack him, isn't it?
Yeah. just hammer two right now. Let's just do it.
But there was so much activity on the calm days when we could call. You would see, 7, 8 different bulls, and it's just whoa. You get into a valley, and that's all you'd hear. It's bulls talking to you.
That's cool. That's so cool. Is is there like a minimum size legally that you could harvest, or is it like is there a minimum size that the outfit required you to harvest, or like was there any parameters around the size of moose you could kill?
No, like that area in BC, there is no parameters for where we were.
Okay.
Different areas around there was where we were. There isn't,
Okay.
and the outfit didn't have any either. They
Okay.
actually a friend of theirs that their feed supplier was in camp, just there helping out, and he was hunting, and he just every morning he'd walk out from the main lodge up to a smaller lake, maybe 600-700 yards from camp to the north. And on the third morning, he shot like a 42-inch bull. Just sat down, called it out, and
Dumped it.
yeah.
Now, did you harvest that
Dumped
bull
it
with your
on a little
7mm?
do-it-yourself hunt. And yes, I did.
Perfect. Nice.
With a 175 grain trophy bonded bear claw.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, just a honey of a bullet. 100% weight retention, basically. Just
that's a full. Is that a full copper?
Nice.
What was that? You're cutting out again.
Oh, sorry. Is that a full copper bullet?
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I know. He's breaking up. It's got to be that country Wi-Fi of yours.
Was that a full copper bullet or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they quit making them for a 7mm though, so I was a little upset when I found that out. I have like 4 boxes left though. It's at the rate I'm going, I will probably still be shooting those in 15 years or 20 years.
Right.
It's like you need one here or there. So
right on.
when I go to Africa, I'm taking Barnes TSXs. So
yeah, that's a good choice. Those are good bullets.
So yeah, so that's what I'm going to take to Africa is the Barnes. But I'm going to save my trophy bonded bear claws for elk and moose up here.
Sounds good. Do you do any hand loading at all, or just factory stuff?
I've hand loaded for my 7mm Ultra Mag, but that's been it.
Oh yeah,
just because they're just too hard to get and too expensive to buy.
Exactly. Right on.
But that was one of those guns I bought. I thought, okay, it's super flat shooting, it's lots of power, it'll be a great gun to shoot. And I bought it, and I shot it for a couple of years. But you can't really shoot anything you want to eat. It's just such a meat wrecker that it's fun, but throw the front end away because there's nothing left.
That's right. Yeah, that's fair.
Just schmag it up.
Oh, it's so bad. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done kind of killing with this gun because you're not getting anything out of it.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what I dislike the most about rifles in general. Is just all that blood spoil and just
so much waste.
It is, and honestly, it's so hard. We were cutting up a deer this year, my wife and the kids and stuff, and she's like, "Why are you throwing that away?" It's like, look at this. This is blood spoil. I could sit here for an hour and I might get maybe a handful of meat if I really try really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like it's destroyed, sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where archery is. It's always so nice and clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super clean.
So yeah,
cool.
It should be a fun trip again. Looking forward to spending a couple more weeks on the horse.
Well, now the caribou and goat. That's now you've got a different angle to look forward to too, right?
No, exactly right. So, and I kind of I know what to expect this time going in. Having been there and what the goat hunting's going to be like, and yeah. So
I'm a bit of a gear nerd when it comes to hunting stuff. So your spike camp, did you have to bring your own tents and did you have a a framed backpack? Like, what was the kind of the deal on your day to day from a spike camp?
No, so they had literally in Spike Camp, they had set up canvas wall tents for us.
Oh, nice. Even
Yep,
better.
and that was Spike Camp. So it was a nice Spike Camp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and like they had different locations that they would set their Spike Camps up. Already, I mean, stuff was already all basically there, like the frames and stuff. So
Yeah.
the area we did Spike Camp at was right off the river. The river was full of salmon.
Oh.
So guess what we did when we weren't hunting?
Oh,
Down to the
snagging
river,
some
see if we can
salmon.
get a salmon. Yeah.
You see lots of bears down there too?
Yeah. We saw lots of bear sign. We never actually saw one. Now
Oh, that's interesting.
we got we got lucky, I guess, but the worst part is like you're in those really tall willows and alders that are
Yeah.
10, 12 feet tall. And it's just trails on those big flats with the river in the middle. And it's like, all right, we're standing at the river and you can't really see anything coming.
Right. Yeah.
So it was what we did is it was one guy at the river, one guy on the bank with the rifle, and then you'd
Yeah.
switch.
That's probably the safest way to play that for
So
sure.
yeah, but
Yeah.
really cool. But like fresh bear sign on all the sandbars along the river every day. Like so they were there at night, but they never came to camp or anything.
That's
I mean, there was
nice.
so much for them to eat in the river, they didn't have to bother us.
Right.
Yeah. Let's just say when you're out there, you're not. It's a different world. Like they don't care about you.
So it was, but no, Spike Camp was good. They had everything you needed. Food was packed in their saddle boxes. Basically, we just had to have our bedrolls and stuff with us. And so you have your bedrolls, you have a clothes pack, and then like a day pack, basically.
Okay.
So everything I could fit in my one big backpack, strap that to the horse, a little bit in the saddlebags, and a day pack on my back while riding.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's,
So,
yeah, it's nice when you have some big critters to lug your stuff around. Saves you
yeah. So,
back.
I mean, what we did is everybody was on their own horse, right? And then we had 3 pack horses for the 2 guides and the 2 of us. There was 3 pack horses as well.
Okay.
And after shooting that moose, I know why there was 3 pack horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Were,
like.
were they putting basically like a quarter per side for each horse, or how did that
Uh,
work? In the...
not it wouldn't be not even.
Yeah, I was gonna say like because those
Yeah,
quarters would be pretty dang heavy, I'd imagine.
yeah, not even a quarter per side.
Were you
So,
guys you guys were you guys deboning and then putting them in
so
the
we
packs?
took the shoulders off, but like took it off at the knee. It took the shoulder
Yeah.
blades, but there was a lot that we deboned and went into certain boxes that were deboned boxes already
Oh,
of just
okay.
straight
Gotcha.
meat.
Wow.
So, yeah, like basically the hinds had got basically deboned.
Right.
So, and I mean, you're taking the rib meat. Nothing went to waste.
Right.
A lot of it, the stuff that I probably would have left myself, uh, went back to camp, and then got flown out with my meat, and went to the community.
Okay.
And I was like, huh, I could have left that behind.
You're like,
Yeah, there was the one thing that we had to try, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. They call it bum guts.
Oh God.
Yeah, the oh god pretty much sums it up. So what it is when you're gutting that moose, and when you get down on the last few feet of intestine, like the last 5-6 feet of intestine, there's all that big layer of fat on the outside.
Yeah.
Strip that off and fry it.
Really?
Yeah. Strip that off the intestine and the colon and fry that up.
What's the verdict?
Well, it's on the other side of a thin wall from shit, so I'll let you guess what it tastes like.
So leave it there.
It was so bad. Like I ate some to be very polite.
Just to power through it.
And I sat there and I had like a couple of forkfuls and I'm like, yeah, just to say I tried it. Yep. And my buddy I was with put it in his mouth, walked outside and spit it out.
Wow.
Is this like some sort of rite of passage thing or what?
Well, it's with their culture and their heritage. That's literally one of the things that goes to the elders.
Interesting.
And
that's so cool.
I'm like, people eat this?
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah. And like,
what was the texture like? Because it's fat, so you think it would just kind of melt.
Well, it was because it kind of has like that sinewy layer, because you know how it has like that membrane between it all as you pull it off. That membrane stays with it. So it's kind of chewy.
Okay.
But it's not good.
It's not good. It's not.
Some people may like it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Did they at least fry up a nice chunk of tenderloin for you after that?
I did have tenderloin out of that moose the first night.
Perfect.
But I had to eat the bum guts first.
You poor bugger. At least
You'll
you
never
did
forget that.
No, and I'll never do it again.
And I'll never do it again. That's funny.
Yeah, like when you're gutting an animal and you pull that part of the intestine out right before you get the rectum out. You pull that sinew. You know that smell you get in your hands?
Yeah.
That's what you can put in your mouth for a taste.
I'm never going to forget it now.
The next time I'm going to gut something, I'm going to think of you every time now.
Yeah, I know. And probably in a really wrong way go, I really wonder what this tastes like.
Yeah, it was a learning experience for sure.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah.
But take that in. Like, that's a memory you'll never forget, right? Like, that's...
it's one of those things.
You're always going to have that one.
Should I force my kids to try that at one point, or by that mean of a parent?
Absolutely, I would.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm that mean of a parent.
Yeah.
You might have to cook that outside so you don't smell it.
Yeah.
Too funny.
That's good.
So I mean, we covered a lot of different things. I mean, it was a cultural experience as well there.
Yeah.
And it was an experience all the way around that I won't forget.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
It was something.
Moose, caribou, mountain goat hunt. That would be pretty high on my list, I think, for sure.
Yeah. And it always has been on mine. And then when I got that, hey, you want to go with? Yeah, okay.
Yep. You pulled my finger. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is there you always hear rumors of things and animals, and I remember living up in the territories that whitetail were actually starting to creep up into Hay River and stuff. But is there any signs of any like deer and stuff, that way, or is it just
there was deer in town where we had flown out of?
Yeah.
It was like an hour from where we were.
Yeah.
There was deer there. There was mule deer there. Or blacktail. They're most likely blacktail, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
But never saw anything while we were in camp.
Outside of that, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it just strikes curiosity. I've seen guys that are like hunting in Alaska for elk and stuff, and it just seems so hard to believe. But I mean, critters move. If they can survive, they're going to go. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
So no, it was something I'm looking forward to again. But yeah, it was certain aspects. It was eye opening.
Yeah.
Did you lay eyes on any stone sheep at all? Were you in that type of country?
Lots of stone sheep.
That's like I think that's if Africa's not number one, I think stones for me would be number one. But that's just
you got to win the lottery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, from where we had Spike Camp, actually, the mountain just above us, the one morning had a band of 14 rams.
Oh,
and
jealous.
It was just like, oh, that is a beautiful sight.
Right.
and the question did go, we did go, what's one of those cost? And I was like,
what are they, 80 now?
Put it this way, the thought of maybe taking one died real quick. 79,000 US.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm okay.
I think
$79,000.
So the one guy that was in camp, that they're from the US, that his horses had got away on him, is going back this fall for a month for an archery stone.
Oh. That's epic.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, he had texted that he had committed to going to up there for a month for an archery stone. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's got to be more than the 80K US because
I would assume for a month, yeah. Unless that's just like you pay that till you get one, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
if you're
what
paying that, I would hope that's what it is.
Yeah. 80K for 7 days or 30. Take your pick.
Yeah. It'll be till you kill one. That's what it'll be.
I'm so jealous. I have a buddy that guides sturgeon on the Fraser, and he lives he's a resident of BC, and I saw him at the trade show here in Edmonton, and so I got to chatting with him, and I'm like, you got any hunting plans? He's like, yeah, me and a couple buddies, we're going for stones this year, like flying into a random lake and going for stones. I'm like, I'm so jealous. He's like, yeah, it's only about a $40 tag or $50 tag, whatever it is. I'm like, oh my god, just so jealous. Yeah,
that's super cheap for resident. Holy.
It might have been more. It might have been more than that, but it's peanuts, obviously, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
yeah. Like where we flew out of, most of the people at the float plane airport, which was just a log cabin, there was probably, I want to say there were 6 different groups of hunters. They were all just locals. They just get flown into a random lake for a week or 10 days, and then they get flown back out just to get a moose.
Yeah, it's just a different world up there compared to what we do here in Alberta. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I mean, there's probably lakes like that, in that high level country somewhere way up there that you could do that with.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Of course, right?
Who wants to take the time to find out and get it wrong?
Yeah, exactly. That's just it.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah, lots of exciting things to look forward to.
Absolutely. And that's what I was excited about this episode. Lots of little nuggets. I knew we'd drop a bunch for sure. And Africa, that's gonna be so cool. And
yeah.
Well, then we got to get you again after you kill a caribou and a mountain goat. And
you know what's funny? Like, I've got all this stuff planned. You know what I'm looking forward to the most? Archery hunting elk with my son for his first year.
Yeah.
Because that's literally, he just wants to go bow hunting elk this year. That's
gonna be special.
So we're gonna probably rent a cabin out at Elkwater and spend some days out there. 3 or 4 of us, and go after some elk.
That's cool. Man, I'd love to come back down and do it, but I got a bull that needs to die. So
Well, everybody finds those, and they got to put some time in on them, right?
Well, yeah, it's 3 years. 3 years of this bugger.
Operation Wimpy is going to commence this fall.
Yeah, it just has to.
Yeah.
It has to. I was like, no, I'm not going to go north again. And then Tyler Slager, he sent me a clip because he joined us for a morning, and hearing him bugle, and it's just, yeah, okay, fine, I'm going back. We got to try to kill that thing. 3 years in a row, he's slipped on us. So
yeah,
I don't even know how big. We don't even know what he is. I just know that he's got to be big. He's smart. I have no idea. Haven't even seen him. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, but you just know when you hear him.
Oh, I know it's him every time. Yeah. And he does the same thing every time. Yeah. Engel convinced me to go back.
And that could be his downfall. He does the same thing every time.
Exactly. Eventually now, and that's just it, like in a very short story, he just likes to, he'll play in and scrap with you from about 100 yards, and then he starts getting antsy, and then he basically just does a big loop every time.
Yeah.
Just drops elevation, swings all the way around you, and then he just shuts up. So it's like, well, I think every time we've been coming from above him, I don't think he likes that. So take the time and come from the bottom, and probably honestly not even get into a pissing match, just get in his face immediately. Just get there.
Yeah. Yeah, or one side hills him basically, and then one comes from the bottom if he's going to drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, never even thought of that. Like a kind of a split attack, right?
You split it. If you know he's going to drop, you put your bugler side hilling towards him to scrap, and if he's going to drop, then you put your shooter below.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what I would do. If you know that's what he's doing, that's what I would do.
Well, and you still got two bows, so even if he does come to the collar, still got an opportunity.
Yeah.
There it is, Engel. There's the plan.
That's the play.
That's the play. Lots of rock, paper, scissors. Who's calling?
You told me I was a shooter. What do you mean?
I know, I'm just kidding. Teasing you. I'm teasing you.
I know. It's all good.
Because I never even hunted elk last year.
I know.
I have no targets for this year right now.
Don't even know. Yeah, don't even know what's out and about and what made it. And...
No, so I have to go. All I know is it'll be somewhere on the prairie somewhere. Trees will probably be few and far between.
Yeah.
It'll be us.
That's a totally different game.
Us and a canvas cow decoy.
That's right. You know, Dad, when he listened to that episode, he's like, "Man, Travis sure dropped a lot of nuggets there." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, if you just hide everything, like how do you? It's not helping anybody. You know, you're not giving them GPS coordinates, and you still have to have a skill set to use the decoy. But like, why not just share what works?"
Exactly. And it works stupidly good.
Yeah. I mean, there's cows everywhere. Walk at them like you're a moo cow. And
yep.
I don't know. I would have never thought of it, but it makes sense. 100%. It makes a ton of sense.
You know what? I hadn't thought of it either. And then I saw it on the hunting channel, and they were hunting in Wyoming. And I'm like, I should probably get one of those.
I'm going to try that.
Worked awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Paid off huge for you.
Yeah. Multiple times. So it's like, yep, it's something that works. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I think that's a pretty banger episode there. We're an hour and 34 minutes.
Oh, we cut it short tonight.
Yeah, we're a little light. We're a little light, but we also spent an hour trying to get connected up to even get this thing working, that technology stuff of ours. So we'll definitely have to touch base when you get back. Definitely send me a message, and
yeah, I'll keep you in the loop. I'll send you some pics or some videos, and
Absolutely.
And we'll go from there. But yeah, no, we fly out on the 29th of July, so it'll be an awesome month of August. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, I got a blue collar life like you guys too, and I'm already dreading waking up. So yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds good.
Send her there and do it again, of course.
Alrighty. Appreciate you guys having me on again.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Trav.
Thanks, Trav.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, good luck.
All right,
luck.
thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.